Before we even start this video, this is first of all a re-upload of a previous video I made. YouTube just came in with their troops and they decided to age restrict one of my videos because it had, content in there that just wasn't appropriate for anyone under that age. So I decided to just re-edit the video for you guys to watch without having to log on to YouTube, just to make the channel just more accessible, because I'm not trying to make anything 18 plus. I think that just hurts my channel more than anything. So I just decided to just re-edit the video. I just took out some fighting scenes in there. So I'm maybe talking most of the time than just showing. But this is really all I have. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Imagine getting a black eye from a customer after they asked for double meat that they didn't really pay for. Today we have a situation in California where a woman was given a black eye. She's a Subway manager. She was assaulted by a customer that wanted double the meat on his sandwich. She said no because he didn't pay for it. He demanded the double meat. They went back and forth. He went around the counter and just boop, gave her a black eye. This is the situation that we have going on here, and I wanted to talk about this. I know I'm kind of off schedule. Usually I stream or between Mondays and Tuesdays, and I make videos for YouTube and post it there between Wednesdays and Sundays. I think this is a special case only because I used to work in food and beverage. I work retail. I think we can say, as a common denominator of it all, I work customer service jobs, more so in the front lines of it all. So I do feel for this woman, and I understand how she feels when it comes to fearing for her life or even her safety when it comes to working in these kinds of jobs. So we're gonna play a video here. It's gonna be a short video, and just to get you up to speed with the things going on.
A customer goes on the attack, punching a Subway worker, and the reason, deli meat.
I go, what are you gonna do? Hit me over ham? And he hit me. He punched me. All I could remember is just black.
So from what I understand, when you go to Subway and you ask for a ham sandwich, typically you would get 6 slices of ham and that's it. You can order double the meat, and double the meat, of course, would be 12 slices of ham, but you have to pay for it. Now, I don't know the specifics of that conversation. I don't know if there was any form of miscommunication. Obviously, it seemed as if there was miscommunication, because the gentleman asked for double the meat, and she said, there's no double the meat here. There's only 6 slices. So you can pay for this sandwich if you want, or I could just make you another one. Maybe, I don't know. But at the end of the day, that wasn't the case, because this man, as you can see in the video, went around the counter and assaulted this woman, gave her a black eye. And you can tell this is a pretty big dude. And this is the guy that we're talking about here that assaulted the woman. He goes by the name of George Sandoval. He got recently arrested in California, age 35. He weighs 350 pounds and he's 6'5" tall. We kind of saw in the camera again that he's a big dude, but I don't think that video does a good job explaining how big he actually is. 350 pounds is pretty heavy. Like, for context, me, right now, I'm like 165 pounds. And I am 5'11". This guy is double my weight, and he's already like 6-7 inches taller than me. This guy ought to just snap me into a twig. Sure, he could beat me black and blue. If I was that employee, he'd probably beat me black and blue. But he's still a piece of shit at the end of the day, because you really went out of your way to assault someone over a fucking sandwich. Imagine throwing your life away, or potentially throwing your life away, over deli meat. You could have just said, you know what, I don't want the sandwich, I'm out of here, fuck this place. You could have said, you know what, I want another sandwich, but make it double the meat and I'll pay for that. Again, I don't know the specifics in that conversation. I don't know how the conversation escalated. The woman said herself, what are you gonna do, punch me in the face? And he did that. I mean, me personally, as someone that's worked in customer service for well over 10 years, I'm not going to say that. I don't want to instigate a fight. I mean, we can argue if she instigated or not. She shouldn't have said that, because lo and behold, he just did. But I still feel bad for her, because at the end of the day, we live in a constant fear as workers in the food and beverage or the retail department. If you say no to a customer, that could trigger them, and that can make them feel some type of way. understandably, humans generally don't like to be neglected. We don't like to be gate kept. We don't like to be rejected. And yeah, that kind of hurts us some type of way. Like, it's always scientifically proven, like, when you tell somebody no, yeah, something goes on in their brain and they feel some type of way. So this guy, something set off on his head because the woman said no to double the meat. Now you got a 350 pounds of processed meat here coming over around the counter and assaulting this woman to the point that we needed multiple people, customers included, to jump this dude and to pull him away from the manager that he was assaulting. It's pretty wild that that dude is really committed. That dude in the yellow shirt was really committed to fight this dude. And this guy, again, George, is unfazed. It's not like he's staggering or moving around or anything. He's just taking it. He's like a punching bag at this point. And this guy is putting so much energy into fighting him over little result. And I don't know what happens there. I mean, hopefully that guy is okay. They didn't really say anything about him, but I hope he's okay for the most part. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm just looking at that and I'm cringing. I'm like, oh man, that is not a good time. That's not a good time to offend someone like that. I mean, he's a soldier. Don't get me wrong. I respect him for what he did. He did what was right. And that's really the honest to God truth at the end of the day. Like, I wouldn't blame anybody for even avoiding that kind of contact. But then again, now we have a woman here, again, who is defenseless, who was probably by herself. And you had people that had to come in to jump this dude because, yeah, who the fuck are you to be 350 pounds, 6'5", and you're trying to beat up on a woman over some fucking deli ham? Like, what is wrong with you? He really aimed for the eye, and now she got a whole solid black eye going on there. And my heart goes out to her. She now doesn't feel safe going back to work, and she even said it herself. She's just doing her job. She's not doing this because she just hates people and just wants to, you know, make their lives a little bit inconvenient. She's just doing what she's being hired to do. She's following the guidelines and the policies. Some people, customers specifically, don't accept that. They don't accept that reality. They feel as if I'm giving you money. I want you to do this. If you don't do this for me, we're going to have a problem. And this is what this guy did. He retaliated by punching her. Who knows? It could have been a customer with a gun. There's been many stories we've heard in recent years that someone said no to a customer or try to walk away from something, or they clock out of work, they close down the store, and they leave to their parked car and they get jumped over some nonsense. Yeah, you're going to have people that are afraid for their jobs and they're not getting paid enough to even work in these kinds of jobs. So of course you're going to have people that feel some type of way when they work in the retail and the food and beverage department. Other than that, I just wish for her recovery. I'm pretty sure George is just gonna get a slap on the wrist and then he's gonna live the rest of his life like as if like nothing ever happened. But I just had to speak on this because, again, this is a really shitty situation. And again, like, people like myself, we're ready to work and we're always ready to do our thing and make our pay. But then at the same time, there's always that thought in the back of our heads that we will never know what will happen today. You have to expect the unexpected. And that right there was definitely the unexpected. You would have thought a customer would just say, oh, well, fuck you, fuck you, I'm never working here again. I'm going to call corporate on you. And then they just leave, and it's like, okay, sure, call corporate. All right, tell them that I did my job. But that is not what happened. And that right there is an example of the unexpected. But until then, y'all, that's about it. Peace.